So much of what Carrie and I do is just showing people the tools and techniques to get more productive. Everyone wants the hottest new app, the latest technology, the best systems.
Yeah, and we like the latest tech as much as the next person. But here's the thing. Sometimes our thinking is clouded when we have too many productivity techniques spinning around in our brain.
Yeah, overwhelm is the result of having too much going on at work and at home. And we know that we should be doing things differently, but it just adds up to this feeling of overwhelm because we don't feel like we have the time to add new special productivity techniques to our day.
Totally. But sometimes the lowest hanging fruit is actually to shed tools and shed ways of thinking. It's about finding out what to cut from our workday.
Yeah, and the best part is cutting these things out can not only reduce that feeling of overwhelm, but produce better results. I know that sounds crazy.
Hey guys, we're Demir and Carrie from Lifehack Bootcamp. Today we're sharing 10 easy things to stop doing to reduce overwhelm and reduce stress.
The first hack is to stop letting yourself get distracted. Just stop being distracted. Think about how many times you check your email and Facebook every day. Each of those distractions is costing you because of something we call attention residue.
Whenever we're distracted by a person or an alert, our brain takes several minutes to get back into flow with whatever we were doing before. And some studies have estimated it takes as much as 23 minutes to get back to that level of focus than we had before, which is insane.
So do your brain a favor and just turn off those notifications on all your devices. The world can wait, believe me.
The second hack is to stop multitasking. This is a huge cause of overwhelm because our brains are trying to think about more than one thing at a time, which is physically impossible.
Our brains aren't able to switch between topics and tasks quickly. It's just not. It takes a huge amount of cognitive load or brain energy to do that.
So imagine that your brain was a computer, and every time you jumped between tasks, your computer had to completely reboot. You'd just be staring at that spinner wheel of death most of the day.
So by focusing on just one thing at a time, you're going to get more done, but you're also going to feel less stress. So it's something that you're stopping doing and is making you feel better.
The third hack is to stop going it alone. We have a tendency as humans to think that the top performers in our society somehow became that way all on their own.
Yeah, like they just had enough grit and determination and motivation in their DNA. They were born that way. Guys, nothing could be further from the truth.
Yes, every top performer, every single one, has a network of support and accountability surrounding them, pushing them to be the best version of themselves, even when they want to quit.
Yeah, so the moral is don't be an island.
The fourth hack is to stop being a perfectionist.
Yeah, so Dr. Simon Sherry found a robust correlation between increased perfectionism and decreased productivity. It actually is proven to decrease our output.
Yeah, and he told us that he found that the more perfectionist that the professors were that he studied, the less productive they actually were.
And here's some problems associated with being a perfectionist. Perfectionists actually spend more time than they really require in a task. So if you're a perfectionist, aim for just 80% complete.
Perfectionists also tend to miss the big picture because they're too focused on small things.
And they procrastinate and wait for that perfect moment. You know, in business and life, if it is the perfect moment, you're probably too late. You need to go seize the day now.
The fifth hack is to stop working overtime, which we define as 40 hours per week.
Yeah, if you're out there killing yourself working 60-hour work weeks for longer than 2 months, you're actually proven to be slowing your work product down.
Yep. So in 1926, Henry Ford found that when you decrease your daily working hours from 10 to 8 and shorten the work week from 6 days to 5, your productivity actually increases.
And that's because you're less tired, you have better cognitive load, you're feeling fresher, and your energy is higher, and that all equates to better results and higher efficiency.
So just cut yourself some slack and stop working overtime.
The sixth hack is to stop sacrificing your sleep. Did you know that as much as 70% of us go without enough sleep on a regular basis?
Yeah, and research conducted by the US military revealed that losing just 1 hour of sleep per night for a week will cause a level of cognitive degradation equivalent to a 0.1% blood alcohol level. So you're drunk.
But besides just feeling a little tipsy, the lack of sleep just causes a generally bad mood, a negative perspective, and a decrease in your willingness to think proactively, take ownership, and really control your impulses.
Yeah, you're also much less likely to feel positive about yourself, to be able to empathize with others, and generally use emotional intelligence.
Wow, so that's how you experience a reduction in stress and an increase in happiness just by getting enough sleep.
So, for more on sleep, check out our article on napping linked below and learn why we nap every day, just like Leonardo da Vinci did, Napoleon, John F. Kennedy, and Winston Churchill.
The seventh hack is don't say yes too much. You're saying yes too often.
Most of us say yes far more often than we should because it's so much easier than saying no. Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
But if you agree that 80% of your results come from 20% of what you do, that means that a lot of us, what we're doing doesn't drive our results at all. We're people pleasing and saying yes, but bogging ourselves down in crap work.
I know it can be hard to say no or I can't do XYZ because it invites those unwanted questions and speculations as to why you can't do it.
But you can actually just start by making a small change. Start by saying, I don't do this thing, XYZ. This makes it into a rule or a principle, kind of like when you say, I don't eat meat. It deflects that unwanted questioning.
So next time you need to avoid saying yes, don't say I can't, say I don't.
The eighth hack, stop doing everything by yourself. This is the most direct road to burnout. You need to let people help you.
So when you start delegating to others and giving them the autonomy to take over a project, you might find yourself a bit surprised by how great the results are.
And a lot of times we find that one of our team members can actually do things better, heaven forbid, or faster than we can do it ourselves.
So start delegating to employees, contractors, freelancers, even family members.
The ninth hack, stop doing repetitive tasks. The busy work, the things that show up every week, every month on your task list.
Yes, time is money, people. And if we're just wasting it away doing something that could be automated, then no wonder we're overwhelmed.
Yeah, if you start to repeat a task more than 5 times, you need to be asking yourself, how do I automate this?
Yeah.
Can I find a software program to do it? Can I create a standard operating procedure to speed it up? Could I hire an outside expert to automate it in Excel? What can I do to actually get this off my plate?
And the 10th and final hack is to stop packing your schedule to the gills.
When we overfill our schedule, guys, and we commit to too much, we leave no time for do nothing time. Boredom time, time to rest, time to think, time to meditate a little bit.
So this do-nothing time is actually essential for our bodies and our brains to reset and refocus. And we actually schedule this time into our calendars as an event so that no one else can book us. So we aim for at least 30 minutes a day for complete do-nothing time.
That's it, guys. That's 10 easy things you can stop doing to reduce overwhelm in your life.
Comment below with your own hacks and any questions for us, guys.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys too. Thanks for watching.